So I got a call from Warner Brothers, their video game division, and they want to do a build for Mad Max, which is a new game they're coming out with. Everybody knows Mad Max is all about cars, and everybody in that movie customized their car, you know, did these crazy things to it. So this build, I think, is gonna be a little over the top, but it's gonna be a lot of fun for the guys out in the shop. They're gonna come down, we're gonna have a meeting about it, see what the build's really all about.
I'm Peter Wise, I'm from Warner Brothers, and I'm a Vice President of Production. I'm in charge of the Mad Max game.
My name is Odd Ahlgren. I work at Avalanche Studios. I work there as the Director of Narrative Content.
We call it the Magnum Opus.
Okay.
It's the ultimate car.
It's like a rolling shrine, almost.
Right.
And also a place where he spends most of his time. He sleeps there, he's awake there, it's his armor against the world and everything like that. So it really is a well-lived in little scenario in there.
They're definitely like the brush steels and the matte blacks. There's not a ton of color in this
Yeah,
game,
I figure.
but when there is, you know, it really stands out.
Got it.
But Max's car is a little more subtle.
And then like some rust. I mean, we'll come up with some cool stuff, just to make it really look weathered and worn,
Exactly.
but still nice,
Yeah.
you know? Okay.
It's loved. It's
Yeah.
the most loved object in his world, even
Okay.
though it's constantly on the move. So he has no time to tinker with it like that.
Right,
But
of
it's
course,
his
yeah,
most
he's
loved
always,
object.
he's always moving.
Yeah.
This project for the guys is gonna be super fun. What I'm thinking is we get the traditional body,
Cool.
and then we'll put it on like a newer, like a truck chassis.
Okay.
I really do hope that you can find the original body. Can you do that in America, really?
So yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. We'll have to play around and see what we could do. But we can definitely build a replica. I mean, it'll look just like this. Not an issue. So that's the one they want us to build. But what I'm thinking is maybe we use an older like Ford Ranger, where we could put that body on top of it.
Chassis underneath it.
Yeah, so
Smart.
that way we can get that big lift out of
that
it, you
look.
know?
I like those even.
Yeah, that little things on the side.
You know, we got to build it right. There's a lot of enthusiasts on this project that are like Mad Max fans and like the people who go out and like Ryan said, the Wasteland and reenact this video. So actually, we got to get all the details perfect, but we got to make it rugged at the same time.
I'll get on trying to find those cars and get them
Get
here.
together and.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
Thanks, man.
So the original Interceptor from the Mad Max movie was a 1973 Ford Falcon Coupe. That car is extremely hard to find. It's only in Australia. So what we're gonna do is build our own Interceptor. We're basically starting out with two cars. We're gonna use a Maverick and we're gonna use a Ford Ranger for the chassis. And the reason we're using a Ford Ranger is the wheelbase really lines up with the Maverick, so we don't have to do a lot of fabrication with stretching the chassis and really making it fit. It'll actually cut the body off, put this body on top, should fit perfect. Keep our fingers crossed that these things marry together really nice.
De caramba, you wanna have fun? Just press the unlock button. We want to be able to lift this car up. This car is a unibody, which that means is the body with basically the suspension bolted to the body, so there's no frame. On that car, we can take the frame, lift the suspension up, kind of like off-road vehicle, then take the Maverick body, what they want, on top of it, and draft the two together. So the Ranger is actually really easy. We just need the frame on that one and the drivetrain, which is pretty easy. Throw it the rest of the way. This one's actually a little bit more complicated. I don't need the engine or the rear suspension, but I need everything else. My grandma used to own one of these.
Let's do this thing. Let's take the engine out. Hey, Meng, let's handle it.
So right now in stage 2 of the Mad Max build, the car's been fully tore apart. Tony's finishing up, getting the suspension out right now. Boom.
Basically what this video game is, all the upgrades, like this is like stage 5 upgrade. All this is called armory for them. This car is not a Maverick. So we need to take this car and make it look similar to this. But I don't want the windshield frame, the door frame here. I want to be able to take this out, cut it out, just give it a good angle, and then take the vent and bring it back here. So let's get started on the metal work first and get up all the holes, and then we'll get cutting and stuff.
All right.
All right?
All right. Beautiful.
So I just met with Kenny. We've got the taillight bezel measured out.
I'm going to add another piece here, but I want it to be the angle.
Got it programmed into the computer. It's all symmetrical. It's time to get cutting.
You know, what I've done is given Kevin a kind of dimension of the rear end, and I had him design kind of from their data to our data of what I thought. So what we got is we have a water jet part we cut out, which is the rear, which is this piece here. We bent some flanges on it, and now we're adding all the characteristics of the car relationship to the body to the new piece. So the next thing is to continue covering up the parts, you know, create a rebate for the grill, and then once we get that done, we get on the next part. So on the Mad Max build, we got to do level 5 armory, which consists of a lot of tubing. So we're going to use a JMR bender for actually bending the tube. Some of them we got to go 90 degrees, some we got to go 45, some we got to go 22. You know, we got to do a whole bunch of bends to get to the armory that they want. So this is just a start. So we got to tack these together, get them fitted, and then start doing the ones that go on the side of the vehicle, which is basically the side version of the armory. So once I get the rear tacked up, it's time to head off to the side. Bon appetit, baby.
So the team did an amazing job on the fab work, from molding the front end to really look like the Interceptor, to the side pipes down the side, to the roll cage in the back, to the bumpers. I mean, the cool thing about this build is you get to see the work. You know, usually we hide it with Bondo and paint. This, you're gonna see the welds, you're gonna see the metal work, and it's all gonna be raw. So I think it's gonna be really cool once it's all finished. Now the next step is get this body on the chassis.
Hi. So round one, we just put the body on top of the chassis. Unfortunately, the body doesn't fit on the chassis. The next thing is we're gonna narrow up the chassis 8.5 inches, and then we're gonna have to cut a whole bunch of chassis off. We always make things work. So the next thing is get on the table and get it repaired. So once the chassis is shortened, put it back together. The biggest thing is making it structurally strong. So what we got to do is take the frame, actually box it on the inside, make it like 6 inches longer on each side, and actually weld inside, a whole entire gusset inside the chassis. Once we get it welded up and all of it grinded, it's time to get it back on the car and get it fitted.
I'm bringing you something a little tougher. So, do you ever see Mad Max? Remember back in the day when we were kids?
Movies?
The movie Mad Max?
Yeah.
Basically, this is what you're gonna go with.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
it looks rugged, it looks mean, but we're also gonna make the paint still, you know, we're gonna clear coat it and make it, because this car is gonna go to events for them. They're gonna put a screen in the dash, play video game, play the actual game in the car. But I think on the interior on this, I mean, maybe you do something weathered, you know, make it look old, but still nice.
Like it's new, but it's been through 3 hurricanes, desert storms,
Yeah,
and all of it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I got it.
Heavy metal style.
Yeah, exactly. You got
Like
this.
vintage.
Vintage.
Next step, I'm gonna break the seats apart, make the patterns, you know, do whatever I gotta do. I got the game plan on my head already. I'm gonna take the door panel, place it on the car, so I can do some lines, fix the outrays, whatever I gotta do, spice it up, whatever I gotta do. Really simple, as 1, 2, 3.
Just that there's so many layers holding everything together, so that's why it was taking a little bit longer and we had to use the small sawzall. Ya le había cortado ahí yo. ¿Cómo está?
Perfecto. And now we got the body and chassis fitting like a glove. Now it's time to weld it. To make this car futuristic and rustic, what we have to do is kind of make it look aged. We took a sample, which is just a piece of bare metal, you know, grinded 1/2 and made a de-aged 1/2 and 80 grit, sprayed vinegar on it. After we let it age for about 30 minutes out in the sun, we top cleared it with matte clear, and it's the process we got, kind of an old school rustic grinding material. So once I have the sample done, we're gonna send it to the client, get it approved, and start painting.
Nice.
So sample.
So we can do like on the side of the car, like in some grooves or whatever, it could look like it's like dripping
Oh,
down.
you spray where you want to go. I just had a squirt bottle, basically squirt where I want to go.
Yeah,
It's
this
straight.
is dope. This is what they're gonna want. And it'll cut the whole process of body work and paint. I like it. Okay,
All right, cool.
let's do it. I'll see if I can get them down here today.
All right. So right now, the guys are prepping the car. I'm gonna go in there and do some magic with some vinegar. Basically spray it on a couple places, let it rust it out. Once we get that done, get these guys to clear it and get it back to assembly, start with the motor in. So that back motor just showed up. It's the sickest motor I've ever seen. Pep Boys came through with all the parts. Now it's time to get my guys put it together and get in the car.
It's dead center. 4.5, 4.5. Perfect. Now we got the engine, so it's time to put it together. The rest of the stuff, headers, spark plugs. So Holly is running tomorrow.
So now that we got the engine in the car, Edelbrock's gonna send over one of their techs to actually tune this thing, so it'll be good to go for the road.
We're here to help West Coast Custom install one of our new blown small blocks. The motor is about 530 horsepower, about 510 to 520 foot-pounds of torque on pump gas. I think West Coast Customs and the Mad Max folks are going to be real happy with this engine.
So one of the craziest features of this car is definitely the front bumper cow catcher. I mean, it really makes it look mean. I mean, when it's coming at you, you're definitely gonna get out of the way. So we for sure could build it out of metal and I think it would look amazing, but it is gonna make it front heavy because it's gonna a lot of metal to make it look like that. So we called up our friends over at Storyland Studios. Since they've done a ton of stuff for us in the past, they can really make realistic looking stuff out of foam. So we're gonna do this front bumper out of foam, hard coat it, you know, paint it to make it match, and then hopefully this thing will be good to go.
You got the goods?
Got the goods.
I just dropped off the gun and the cow catcher for the vehicle here.
This is dope.
It was a toughie one to do in the time frame, but we did it.
Hey, since you're good with armor, I want you to see if it fits. Then you can fire it.
Where's the ammo?
Get in the car.
The gun came out outrageous. The cow catcher looks amazing. So I think we did a really excellent job for West Coast.
Ryan should be happy. Mad Max should be happy.
All right,
As usual, man. That's how we do it.
The car's almost completed, got a couple little final touches, and then it's off to Wasteland.
So on the Mad Max build, a level 5 armory, basically they have like a tire shredder. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of these, actually roll them all over this thing to give it like a shredding pattern. So when I get done, it kind of looks like this whole thing is sticked out that will shred the crap out of somebody else's car. Take this bad boy on, finish your project.
So Mad Max is completed, it's ready to go to Wasteland. Next step, to get it loaded in the truck, I'm gonna go grab Kenny, jump in his truck, and head off to Wasteland. So me and Kenny made it, finally to the Wasteland. Now we're about to head in, but I brought a couple of my friends with me.
Gate. That is so sweet.
My God!
I couldn't have imagined that it would come out anything near this. Could not be better.
This is awesome, man.
How you doing, man?
Good.
How you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you, man.
What do you think?
It's unbelievable, man.
Definitely Odd and Peter both, you know, from taking, you know, seeing the digital world of this car and then seeing it in real life when we pulled up. I mean, I think they were blown away.
Look at this grill. It's so sweet.
Motor.
Cow catcher.
You like that?
This is V8, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. So we did a Ford Ranger, right? Basically
Yeah, I saw
truck.
that
We
was under, right?
Yeah, so we basically took the truck off, put this body on it.
Wow.
And then did the custom suspension
look
on
at
it.
that thing.
We tried to, you know, keep it rugged.
Yeah.
But
And
we
on the
still
inside, it's
added, you know, it's got a nice sound system in it.
Couple more bullets than I
Some
might
more
find on
bullets
the way.
just in case you need them.
Ah, okay. That's it. All in all, I couldn't be happier. It's really, really awesome. And to see the video game come to life like this, I'm really happy. Wow.
So from video game to rendering to reality.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
You did.
Thank you so much.
No, we're stoked. We're stoked to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Definitely stoked. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for all this. Yeah, it turned out so good.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. It was awesome.
we're doing something that's non-tangible, right? We can't really touch it. We only see it on screen all the time. It's seeing it actually rolling towards you right now. That made all of that work so worth it. We're really happy about it.
So I'm so ready to take this thing for a spin. Let me just put my goggles on here. And I'm ready. Let's go.
Now it's time for me to get back before it gets dark.